Hey guys, it's Frosty. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I apologize, I have not uploaded a video in a few weeks now, and I have also not been on stream. I decided that I needed to take a small break, not because I couldn't stream or couldn't upload any videos. I ended up becoming very busy. As a lot of you may know, I am back to work after my surgery, so I've been learning a new position at work and delving further and deeper into that. And I've also been spending more time with my wife, or at least as much time as I can. I've also been getting prepared for the holidays, so a lot of Christmas shopping and things of that nature. So it's been a little bit of a hectic holiday season, but I just wanted to wish you guys a happy holiday season, and I hope that you guys are going to get tons of food and tons of time with your family. And I hope that you guys are just going to have a wonderful, wonderful, and blessed holiday season. So, with that said, let's go ahead and talk about what this video is going to include. It's just going to be a lot of me talking, which I think is fine, and you can just watch me do some Challenger World bossing in the background. And I'll just kind of go over my plans for this coming year in 2026, and it's going to engulf the, I guess, progression cadence of my account. So right now, I actually did leave Challenger World. I decided to hit Emerald, and I basically looked at my account, looked at everything that I had in front of me, and I said, why am I staying in Challenger World? What is keeping me here? And it was essentially just the kind of boosted rewards that we get from doing Challenger World. And after that, there really wasn't much of a reason for me to stay. And I know some people said that I could have stayed for, extra damage while I'm farming or extra damage on bosses. But when I actually brought my character back, my CP, even though my CP went down just a little bit, my boss damage went up because of link skills. I have extra drop rate on Chronos, so that went up. I mean, a ton of things. Link skills are really, really a big deal. So my account is already pretty established. I'm almost at 9.5k Legion. Excuse me. So essentially for me, it was actually a better decision to just come back and kind of go from there. So my experiences on Challenger World were a little shaky. I made a few mistakes early on. I think I got a little too trigger happy with the cubing, and I probably could have taken my time and done a little bit better with that. With that said, I got giga unlucky with my secondary and emblem, trying to get those to legendary and get those attack lines. It just did not happen, or at least early on. So not to say that I needed to rush anything, and it wasn't like that. It was just me trying to get these bosses done, get it cleared so that I could bring my character back onto Chronos where I wanted to be. So my experiences with the Challenger World were not as fun as some of my guildmates or some of the friends that I have around. And so it was a little, I would say, if I had to give an overall rating to the Challenger World, because I didn't play in the first one, I played in the second one. So I would say that I give Challenger World probably a 6.5 out of 10. That's kind of my overall rating. It definitely wasn't something that I thought was bad. I thought Challenger World is really cool. I thought it was a unique way to kind of progress your character, and it was really fun kind of seeing how far I could go and push myself. And it really gave me the opportunity to kind of see some of my shortcomings when it came to playing MapleStory. And with that said, some of my shortcomings actually came into the class that I picked. So I chose Ho Young. Most of you know this, if you've been following my little journey here. So on my Ho Young, there was a lot of mistakes that I made. I didn't even have like Summon Tiger on my bars for like the first 2 weeks. I just completely spaced and didn't even think about it. So, I mean, there was a lot of mistakes that I made learning the class and playing the class. I definitely took some time to kind of understand it better and I guess use those tools towards my bossing. Now, the biggest frustrating part for me, as somebody who doesn't really, I play a lot of simpler classes. I've traditionally played the explorers. I've played Lynn. I play classes where you kind of throw your cooldowns and then you kind of press one or two buttons. So nothing really too crazy. Ho Young, while it's not that complicated compared to, classes like Kadena or Blaster, it was a little challenging for me. And I think it was because I'm not used to a class that has as much setup as Ho Young does. Now, disclaimer, I'm not saying that Ho Young is like super difficult compared to other classes, but I do think that Ho Young has, you have to get used to setting up on a boss. And I think for me, it was just kind of the cadence of the class. I think it was just something that was so unique to me. I wasn't used to it. I also wasn't used to having an origin that I hold down. I wasn't used to, I kept forgetting to cast Wrath of Gods for the second part of the damage. So there's a lot that I could improve. Now, I'm doing much better now. And so it's getting better. I'm getting more comfortable with the class. I ended up at level 276 in Challenger World before I dipped. It was just a little bit of a frustrating time for me. And it is not to say that Challenger World was bad. It was definitely a learning experience. So for me, when it came to I guess I would say when it comes to the bossing, that was definitely my fault. I definitely could have taken more time to kind of push the bosses and take my time with them. And so that's something that I'm going to work on in the future, is maybe trying to min clear C10 on characters that are around the 40 mil to 50 mil range. If I can do lower, then I'll try. But it's something that I'm going to work on in the future, because as you guys know, I am trying to make this account have 6 Legion champions total to prepare for the future. I want to put these characters in a spot that's going to allow me to just focus on those 6 characters. Now, of course, I'll have like little mules and stuff like that on the side, but for me, it's going to be a lot better to just focus on that. So it's better. It's like a peace of mind thing, essentially. So I just wanted to say that going forward, I believe I'm just going to be mostly playing my 6 characters, and then my little boss mules on the side. Obviously, that's just for some extra income. But I want to get at least these 6 characters to clear C10 every week. That way, so all I have to worry about is 6 characters, right? Now, I could do more than that, but if I have a busy week, that means that I only have to do 6, and I can just move on with my life and do other things and focus on real life. So it's definitely a longer project. It's not going to be something that's going to happen, within a couple weeks, especially with the arcane boxes that have not been dropping at all. It's not like I can confirm that those drop rates are worse. I guess I don't know what Nexon's thinking about that. I think it's kind of shitty. Like, obviously we can't see the number that they portray, but we can see, the community kind of coming together and saying, hey, something's not right here. These boxes aren't dropping. So until that hopefully gets addressed in the future, maybe we'll see something happen. Who knows? I mean, we know how Nexon thinks. As long as it has a dollar sign behind it, they're motivated. So like I said, we'll see what happens. But other than that, I am sitting pretty good on my account. So I guess we'll go ahead and go over my account progression and look at where I'm at. And you guys can, I guess tell me how you think I'm doing in the comments, or give me some helpful tips that would really help me out. And then, so let me log on over to my Ice Lightning Mage and we'll talk about that. Alright guys, so we are over here on my Ice Lightning. Let's go ahead and go over some of the gains I've gotten these past few weeks, and there's actually quite a bit. So I don't exactly remember where we left off on my Ice Lightning from my last, I guess, like account update. I want to say we were sitting maybe around like the 100 mil CP mark, or 110 mil, like something around there. I would have to go back and look at the video. Maybe you guys can remind me in the comments. But it's been a while since I've done it, like an update on my Ice Lightning. So as of right now, without my familiars, I am sitting at 157 mil CP. So we have made a lot of gains. Excuse me, get a drink here. We're looking good. So let's go over the gains that I did get, and this is great. So okay, let's do this. So I went ahead and landed a full set of 22 star superior. So all of that is done. I don't have to worry about that until I want to shoot for 23 star, and beyond. But that won't be for a while. So we'll get there someday. I did land a 22 star Guardian Angel ring, so I have that in my repertoire. I also landed a 21 star ET. Now, this one was actually really funny. I I just did my bossing for the week, and I was like, look, I got 5 bill. I'm just gonna send it. It either goes or it doesn't, right? And sure as crap, it went 21 star, so I was really happy about that. Now, I thought about tapping it to 22, but I was like, you know what? I can sit on this for a while. This is a really good gain. It gave me my 3 set, so I was very happy with that. And then I also succeeded in hitting a 21 star source of suffering. I did the transfer method, so I went ahead and hit that. That was really exciting. So I definitely got a lot of gains. I didn't really hit 3-line attack on my Genesis weapon, so that was a little sad. But I did land a tier 6 magic attack with 12% boss. So the only way that that's going to be any better is if I land a tier 7 attack with, maybe 10 boss or something like that. So until that happens, I won't see any gains out of that. Now, I did hit a additional 20% boss fam. So I now have two 20% and a 6% magic attack. And with my fams on, I'm sitting at 176 mil CP. Now, here's the fun part. Literally today, before this recording, I actually hit my Mitra's Rage. I finally got my emblem, so I was so excited about that. So I was freaking out. I was screaming like a little girl. I was so excited. I have not seen a pitched item in quite a bit. I haven't even seen an arcane box in a while. So I was really, 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 really happy that I got that. So we are going to be cubing that in the future, and hopefully I can hit 3-line magic attack and go from there. So that'll be really wonderful. My plans for my source of suffering in the future is to hit like 24 star on these dominators and then transfer it to superior to have a 23 star, and then transfer it to my source of suffering to get that last star. We'll see how far these dominators take me. Who knows? I might boom every single one of them. So that'll be a future video. I'll post all that in the future. And we could also do the same with my Kana's Treasure. I can try to hit, 23, 24 stars and transfer it over to my Superior Golix. I can always recube, so that's not a big deal. So that'll be some future planning that I'll do, and I'll do the same thing with my reinforced belts that I'm saving. So that's all in the future. So that'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited for that. And other than that, that's kind of where my Ice Lightning is sitting right now. We're doing really well. I have tons of spares to work on, and look forward to working on. Excuse me. So I think Hexa wise, my Hexa stats are looking pretty solid. My Chain Lightning is level 23, so we're working on to getting level 29 on that. That's a really big deal. I think that's the one I'm working on currently. And then I know that Ice Lightning is going to be getting this changed in a future update, so I will be looking forward to the Infinity changes. And then I also have my Ascent skill at level 4 at the moment. I just threw some frags and leveled it up a little bit, so I'll be working on this. My inner ability here, I went ahead and left this at 25 buff duration this entire time because I knew that we were going to get the rework for it. So my buff duration is only at 184. So that'll be changed in the future, so I'm excited for that. But I have 4.5 million honor exp to roll, so hopefully I can get that fixed to whatever the best is going to be during that time. So that's kind of where my Ice Lightning... Oh, and then my symbols. My sacred symbols, I actually maxed out my Cernium symbol just recently, and then I'm working on towards getting these, maxed out, so we're looking really good. And then I just need to work on 21 starring these arcanes eventually, so that'll be something I'm working towards on the future. Now, the big thing that I need to work on currently is, if I could find the page here, I need to solo Black Mage. Now, don't get me wrong. I am well above CP range of soloing this. This is something I could easily do. It's just about me learning the mechanics and understanding the boss. So I will be doing that in the future. I'm going to try to get it before the holiday seasons are over here in the next week or so. So I'm going to be practicing this boss and finishing it, because getting that solo clear is going to mean a lot to me. It's going to be a very big milestone. And I can carry that knowledge into my other characters. So let's go ahead and move over to my Ho Young. Now you guys get to see the gains that I got from Challenger World. So we went ahead and landed on 43 mil CP. So I was excited with this. I thought it was a pretty solid number. Nothing to toot my horn about, but hey, gains are gains. So when it comes to my bossing gear, it's really not that great. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not that great either. So I landed on 2-line luck on my event ring. I actually did finally get Meister crafting, so I'm gonna have to star these up and start working on them, and hopefully get a nice little cheeky like 21 star or something like that in the future. And then I'm still wearing this little silver blossom ring that you get. I think it's fine for what it is. And then I landed on a 17-star Guardian Angel ring with 2-line luck, which that was great. And then I also have my reinforced set. So this will obviously, I will transfer over to Superior when I have enough to do so. I have not seen a single Superior drop, and I've done Galax every single day, and it's been a little unfortunate. Now, yes, I could have bought the Superior items, but I said, you know what? Let me just buy the reinforced set, and because it was a little bit of a quicker gain than just trying to wait on getting those Superior items. I'm literally not worried about it. I think I'm fine. And then I did never see a Dominator, so that was a little unfortunate. I never saw one, so hopefully I can get a real one soon. And this one's fine for what it is. I'm not too worried about it. And so we're kind of sitting on that. And then my secondary, I got 35 boss, 40 IED, and 9% attack power. So my IED is like really, really high. It's a lot. I have a lot of IEDs. So this is interesting. And then my emblem, I did finally land on that 2-line attack, so I was happy with that. My Fairy Heart I could work on. It's only sitting on 2-line luck at the moment. And then I think that's really about it. I did max my arcane symbols, so that was a pretty quick endeavor. I got that finished. And then my Cernium symbols my sacred symbols are looking solid. And then I have, let's see here, I don't think I've landed on any arcanes. Yeah, I never got any arcane boxes either. Currently on the Jenny Pass, I'm sitting on the Damien mission. So we should be able to fly through these missions and finish up this pretty soon. I still have to do my bosses this week. So I will most likely be on the Will mission this week. So we're looking forward to that. And then hopefully I can liberate, and that will make this much simpler. So with that said, this is kind of the progression I have at the moment. And then I think my familiars, I didn't have anything good. I think I just have some healing familiars at the moment. So nothing, and like a couple attack power like percent. So nothing crazy. I really didn't work on my familiars too much on the Challenger World. But we'll work on those eventually. And then with that said, I think the highest bosses I soloed were Chaos Gloom, Hard Lucid, and I think that was it. I don't think I soloed. Yeah, I didn't solo Chaos Slime. I could have, but I was like, you know what? It's not a big deal. And then Hard Will, I could have also done that, but I tried it and I got so frustrated. I think I tried it like 5 or 6 times, and I got it down to maybe like 30% or 40% in phase 3. So we'll be working on that boss eventually. And then Hard Varicilla, I know I can do it. It's just literally putting my foot to the pedal and just DPSing it down. And then Darknell, I've been having a little bit of trouble with it. Darknell's been historically one of my bosses that I hate. It's just about being patient and dodging everything. So hopefully we'll get that down. But that's kind of where my Ho Young is at the moment. Nothing crazy. So we'll get there eventually. And then I think with my drop gear, I'm at like 160 drop or something like that. So we'll keep working on that. And then let's go ahead and go over to my hero here. I just hit 270 on my hero maybe a few days ago. So we're actually looking really good on my hero, I think. Yeah, so my CP, I'm sitting at 57 mil, and I did go ahead and get the Jenny pass. So I went ahead and got it on this character, and I believe the mission that we're looking at right now is the Lotus mission. So I will be soloing some bosses this week, and hopefully I end up on the Damien mission, or we'll see what happens there. Now, the one pain point that I have on this character, I have 0 familiars. This is one of my OG characters. So in the future, I will be working on this and unlocking all my familiar slots, and then working on some familiars, maybe get some healing fams. I just have 2 little piddly ones right here. And then I do have an OG spider fam. It was so cool that they made this 100% drop. So I was really excited to have that good old panty dropper here. So now when it comes to gear, I did land on a 18-star slime ring, so I have this. I have a 17-star superior Gollux, a 22-star KT, and then I just have a little Kant too, so I'm actually going to be renting out the Roar 4 ring, so that'll be a lot better than my Kant, so I'm excited for that. And then I have a 21-star superior with a nice little 27%. And then I have a 17-star Sweetwater. Hopefully I can get a Twilight mark eventually. And then I have a Black Bean mark that desperately needs some work on the potential, so I will get that done. And then I have a 17-star Superior, 17-star Superior Pendant with a really nice triple strength, so I'm really excited for that. Double Prime, so this is going to be a really good... And it even has 2% on the flame, so... Hopefully this will be start up and we'll go from there. It sucks because I don't want to lose the potential on it, but I most likely am going to have to because I'll be transferring a Dominator onto it. I have a 22-star Dominator that I need to cube in the future. I just have a little 17-star with one-line boss, one-line attack. Arcane weapon that'll be obviously be switched out for my Genesis weapon, and then I have a 2-line attack secondary. This character actually does have a Ghost Ship Exorcist badge, so I will be trying to 3-line this in the future, and it's actually at 18 stars, which is great. And then my Fairy Heart, I need to cube this as well to try to get 3-line, and then all of the rest of my arcanes are just sitting at 17 stars. And then I did land on 21 stars on my CRA, so I will definitely need to get a little bit better flames on them and then get that to 22 star, because I have a ridiculous amount of spares. I mean, I have like 400 of each of these things, so I'll be working on that in the future. The symbols, obviously I maxed on my arcane symbols. That's been done for a long time. And then my symbols here are being worked on slowly for sacred. So we're doing pretty good. Now, drop-wise, I think I'm actually doing really great on my hero. I think I was about 30 mil CP there, but I did land on double drop, hybrid. This one's just 1-line, and then this one was awesome. I got double line drop with some strength, and then a hybrid, another drop, and then a meso. And then this one was also a hybrid. So I definitely have a ton of drop. I think with everything, like with my drop familiar, leaves me at 322, and then with buffs, I want to say I get to like 390 or something like that. So we're looking really, really sharp on my hero. I'm really excited to keep progressing on this character and get him going. And then I think spare wise, I have a ton of belts that I need to use to try to get my superior belt to 22, but I think we're just gonna have to tap that belt to 22 and see if I can get there. I don't think there's any reason for me to try to like 23 star one of these and then shoot it over there. I did get a couple Dominators over the past couple weeks, so I'm excited about that. And then I just have one Arcane spare, so really nothing too spectacular, but that's kind of where we're at right now. And then let's go ahead and go over to my Lynn. So my Lynn is my 4th Legion champion. It's nothing too crazy. I've just been working on it slowly. I'm not really focusing on this character too much, just dailies, and that's really about it. My arcane symbols, I'm getting close to maxing this out. This is really important because I absolutely hate doing arcane dailies. It totally sucks. It's not fun. This character is stupid lucky, and I actually landed on 3 set superior really, really fast. And then I have 411 coins. So I am very close to getting my 4 set superior, which is going to be really, really great. So once I have that, I'm super excited to get that going, and that'll be a huge jump in my damage. I have a couple superior spares, nothing to scoff at, and then I do actually have some arcane gloves that I went ahead and cubed. I just had some cubes lying around one day. I did land a 115 intellect flame on it, which was pretty nice, but obviously we'll have to try to change that over to, like, you know, percent or magic attack or something in the future. And then I did land 2-line magic attack here and then 2-line boss here. So this will be worked on eventually to get magic attack. And then other than that, nothing crazy, like 16 and 17 star items to boot, you know, my CRAs like 16, 17 star. And then we'll be getting some more arcanes to toss over to this character in the future. But at the moment, we are sitting at just shy of 12 mil CP. So we're looking really good on this character. I did finally land my attack speed inner ability, so that's really great. I did see somebody said that you can roll +1 passive skills on this class, or if that's the better one. I'm not sure. I always thought this class was an attack speed class. So if you guys know something about that +1 passive skills, let me know. Because I saw somebody have it and I was really confused. I wasn't sure. And then when it comes to my drop gear, if I'm not mistaken, I have, yeah, 229 drops. So we're looking good on that. I didn't really want to go for meso lines because I'm not like actively farming on this character. There wasn't really a point to do that. And then I need to unlock my 3rd familiar slot on this character as well. I think badges wise, I have like 3 badges. So I'll be, oh yeah, I'll be working that on the future and getting that done and go from there. And other than that, this character is doing good. I'm excited. We're working on it slowly. Once I get those arcane symbols done, I will be really excited. Now, let's go to the big portion of what I'm excited about. So I am very, 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 very excited to hyper burn this character in the event here eventually through, I think it's, yeah, right here. So we get our hyper burn ticket here, which 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks from now, so in 1 month, we will get our Hyper Burninator. And I will be saving all of these rewards for when that character comes out. Or, no, sorry, when the Hyper Burn comes out. Now, the one thing I'm excited about is I do actually have some arcane gloves prepared. So this character is going to be getting some gear in the future. I did actually already get some event stuff going on this character. So the only reason that it's not level 200 is because I will be using the hyper burn. So I want to be able to make sure I get all the max rewards. And if there's a better way to do this, somebody please let me know. Because if I'm not mistaken, it's really useful to get those level 200 rewards because you can get like the free CRA and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited for that. I don't know if you retroactively get the other rewards, but this character has like 291 nodes and then another 100, and then I'm going to get a ton of nodes from the hyper burn too. So that's really exciting. This character is going to skyrocket. I'm going to use all these frags to unlock Soul Janus. So my Wind Archer is going to be actually something I'm more excited than Lynn, because Lynn actually doesn't get the Ascent skill until a later date. So this character is going to be the 4th character that I mainly focus on. So I'm really, really excited to play Wind Archer. I went ahead and got my secondary and emblem to legendary. It was I actually tiered these up like really cheap, like less than 1 bill total for both of these to legendary. So it went to legendary really fast. Yes, I could have waited for the Pino secondary, but I was like, you know what, whatever. Let's just get this going. The damage difference is pretty negligible early on, so I'm not too worried about it. So this character I'm really really excited for to work on in the future, and so I'll be pounding this character into the dirt and leveling it and getting it to 270. So I'm really really excited for that. And then this is my Legion right now, so I'm 93.99, really close to hitting that 9.5k milestone, and so I'm really really excited for this. Hopefully, maybe by the end of next year I could be 9.5k or even faster than that, especially with all the class reworks that are coming in. So I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. My account is coming along nicely. Now my artifact missions, I have my hero here. I need to actually do the Lotus mission for this, and then I forgot what the second boss was. I can't actually remember right now. Vihila, I think. I think it's Vihila. So I will be soloing H Vihila once I get the healing fams on that necessary for H Vihila. I have a little bit of healing fams, so it'll be a little difficult, but we'll get that going eventually. And then I believe I am going to put my Wind Archer here as my third one for now. Excuse me. Or no, I'm sorry. It'll be my Ho Young. So this I might actually have to remove no, I don't need to remove my hero. It'll be my Ho Young, and then once these unlock, it'll be Wind Archer, Lynn, and then the 6th Legion champion. I'm not exactly sure what class I wanted to do as my 6th Legion champion. It's gonna take me some time to kind of wait for a lot of these class reworks to go through and see what I want to play. If I'm not mistaken, I had contemplated doing Kali. I think Kali's a really cool class, and it'll give me another class to kind of progress on and work on and figure out how to play. But it's still a toss-up. We still have a long time before that is even going to happen. So I'm hoping eventually I can decide on a 6th Legion champion to work on. I possibly even thought about doing one of the demon classes, like Demon Slayer or Demon Avenger. So you guys maybe let me know what classes you think I could main as a 6th Legion champion. Obviously, I'm not going to play classes I'm not interested in. I think the classes that I would least be interested in are like Kaiser or Hayato or Wild Hunter. But funny enough, all like Hayato's getting a rework, Wild Hunter's getting a rework, Kana's getting a rework, Kinesis is getting reworked. So tons of classes are getting these reworks. So who knows? Maybe I actually end up liking those classes, and maybe I pick one of them. Who knows? I'm not sure. But with that said, this is kind of where my account is at right now. Like I said, I apologize for the lack of content. I've just been a little bit busy, but I'm hoping that next year I can have a little bit more of a set schedule when it comes to streaming and whatnot. But essentially, my streaming schedule will be in the morning time. So maybe while you guys are at work, you guys can tune in and say hi, or, whenever in the morning, drinking some coffee, getting ready for the day. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Other than that, I just wanted to say that I really, really, really appreciate everybody who's subscribed to my channel. And I just want to clarify this again. This is not a channel for fame and fortune or anything like that. It is just me having fun with a game that I love and making friends and stuff like that. And so it's really exciting for me to document my journey, and maybe someday I can go back and rewatch these videos when maybe I'm clearing Baldrix at that time, and I can be, man, look at where I started. So it's just a journey for me, and I'm having a ton of fun. So I'm really excited, where I'm at right now, and I really, really hope to continue getting all these gains. But with that said, I want to repeat myself here. I hope you guys have a great holiday season and a Merry, Merry Christmas. And I hope that you guys spend lots of time with your loved ones. But like I said, I apologize for the rant and the long-winded conversation here. Maybe you guys can just have this in the background. I should have said that earlier, obviously. Anyways, but I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. We're actually on our way to having 100 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So I really appreciate everyone out there giving my channel a like and subscribe. But anyways, you guys have a good one. I love all of you, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your holiday season. Peace.